Hi there, this is Jamie Dyer, and in this video I shall be making for the first time dairy-free ice cream. So, what is it they say about dairy-free ice cream? You can't make it without breaking a few eggs. Let's try. Oop. No. I failed on that one. The yolk is supposed to go in there. Let's try again. No, we're sliding out. So, this egg separator doesn't appear to work, so we're going to have to try it another way, aren't we? So after the failure of that, we'll have to try it another way. Nope, that's not working either. So it's obvious that this stage of the process is maybe a little bit above my capability, because I've never separated egg whites before. So this is one step of the recipe that my wife will have to take on, but I will do the rest.
Okay, so the way I do it is you just kind of gently crack it with a knife, like the blunt side, really gently, and then you're really gently getting in there to separate the two halves, and carefully and slowly let the white kind of drain away, catching the yolk in one half of the shell, and then you sort of just really softly pass it between the two halves to get any more of the white that's just dripping out the edge there, and then you're just going to discard the yolk into a container for later, for like omelettes or cakes or anything like that.
Right.
So then that's one. And just do another one.
And so how many are already in the pot? How many did we kind of do earlier?
So we got through 4 already, and we're going for another 3. So we're going to have 7 in total. Oh, let me put those in there already, just in case I break the yolk on this one and then it doesn't contaminate all the ones you've already done. So I should have been doing that one by one into the bowl so that your container is there to catch any broken yolk and discard it before it taints your whole bowl full.
Well, that's a good tip.
Because if you get any yolk at all into your whites, they won't whisk up. And what we want is lots of volume in the egg whites to make the ice cream kind of light and fluffy.
Which is now my job, so you're going to put that in there.
Last one in there.
And now I take over again. I'm back in front of the camera, ready to do the next stage, which I've got to use one of these, which I haven't really done before. A little bit, but not too much. So we've got to put that in there. I'm going to try not to make too much noise. But it's kind of impossible with one of these things, isn't it? Getting very white and fluffy with a yellowy tinge to it. I've whisked it for a little bit, and as you can see, it's already gone almost like cloud-like. It's very fluffy, almost like whipped cream, I think. So what we're going to do is I've got a tablespoon or 2 of sugar, which I'm going to pour in as I'm whisking. I have no idea what this is going to sound like, so I apologise in advance. So after a little bit more, you can see that the consistency there is just about right. So this is the egg white mixture with a dash of sugar in it. We're going to put this to one side because now it's time for the second part. I've got 2 containers of double Elmley 100% plant. This is an alternative to dairy cream. There's the packet, again not sponsored. So we're going to tip 2 of these in there. Oh yeah. There we are, that was nice and runny. Let's go with some more, and what we're going to do is use the electric whisk again and whisk it up. After some whisking of the double cream there, we're just going to add some flavouring to it. So we're going to get some of this vanilla extract. Just do a teaspoon or so of it, like that. Put that in, and here in a cup 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. And now yet more whisking. I've now whisked that to an okay consistency. I'm not an expert on it, so we'll go with that. Got my egg whites from earlier, which I'm just going to spoon into there. It's almost like whipped cream, isn't it? Like a meringue almost. In fact, I think that is how you make meringue, isn't it? With egg whites. So now for the folding technique, you'll have to excuse me. I'm not that privy to this. Probably going to do an awful job. But let's have a go. So I think the idea is to not do this too vigorously, because you want the air to remain in the egg whites. After a while of trying to fold this in, this is getting very fluffy now. I mean, come in and see the consistency. So do that. It's like some kind of visual ASMR. Look at how fluffy and light that is. But try not to get carried away though. Now that I've finished folding that in to the point where it's nice and fluffy and everything is immersed, let's now put it into this Tupperware. Let's see what the... oh yeah, look, even before freezing, it's got this thick, creamy consistency. Let's try doing it like that. My wife is holding the bowl. So now let's try and spread this around the Tupperware. So now that is in there, that's going to go in the freezer for between 12 and 24 hours. We're going to come back tomorrow and check to see how it came out. But before we do that, please do support me on Patreon. I'm on there. Also on social media, on Facebook and X, so check it out. I'll leave all the details in the description below. 24 hours or so have elapsed, and this has been in there for all that time and is now frozen, so I think maybe it's time to try it. I will admit that my wife is the one that scooped this out into the bowl, because I don't have too much experience of it. Something to try in a future video for the first time perhaps. So let's try this, and you can tell that it's definitely frozen because it's got that kind of icy thing going on. Despite the amount of vanilla that was in there, which didn't seem that much really, this has that vanilla-y taste. It's also extremely creamy, and if you didn't know any better, you'd say that was just, you know, standard dairy ice cream. Don't mind me, I'm just I'm just enjoying the flavour, the coolness. even though it's evening, it's quite nice and refreshing, I guess, to have it. And certainly I shall be making it again, and considering that there's still quite a lot in this container, as you can see here, there's still quite a lot in there, and this is only like, you know, 4 or 5 chunks worth, which my wife and I will now share. So try this yourself if you want to, obviously. Let me know how you get on, and I will see you again for another Jamie Tries video.